Alright guys, it's a cold day in Florida. I've spent most of my day in the office actually trying to figure out parts for the 350Z, trying to figure out which configuration of the dry sump I wanted to get. I've also started putting a list together of the internal parts needed. We don't have any lifters or push rods or rocker arms or even a camshaft right now, so trying to figure out what we need for that. So I spent quite a bit of the day in the office. Actually, the time kind of flew by. It was 9 o'clock and then all of a sudden it was 5 o'clock, so I didn't get much actually done on the car. So it's kind of a chilly day today here in Florida. We don't get many of these, so I'm wearing my hoodie, but today's gonna spend a late day out in the shop just doing some grime work. Maybe started on some seam sealer inside the chassis. Tommy's actually saying like to do some stuff in the rear of the car, so nothing crazy exciting going on. It's just going to be us two, I think. So I'll get to it. As you may have noticed, I'm not just scraping it. Like as you can see, this is all seam sealer here. Let me give you an example. Some jerk has already painted over this. That jerk being me. We were in a rush last time and we didn't actually get all this seam sealer out. But so you've been noticing I've been using a scraper and I've been using propane because this will not easily come off. But when you get some heat to it, like which part right here? Oh, you don't want to set a fire off. Once you get some heat to it, just not that much effort, and it comes right out. So, pretty much got to do that across the whole car. And even though it only mainly gets the big pumps out, but so the purpose is that we're gonna stitch these steams right here. Stitch these seams with the welder, and so you have to get not just most of it out, you got to get all of it out. So we mainly do this to get the majority off. Then we get the thinner one and go inside with one of these putty knives and get inside each one of these, and then we wire wheel them, get it down to the bare metal, and then go ahead and get the welder out and pretty much do little tack welds across the whole seam. And we got to do that to the entire chassis. It's boring work, but it's got to be done, and you get to play with fire, so it's not that bad. I mentioned Tommy's here. See what he's doing.
Possible spot weld removal.
It looks like it's in a fun angle. Just removing all those unnecessary brackets that used to hold OEM stuff that we don't need anymore. That's probably a fuse box I think went there.
Can't remember what it was there, but I know it's not going back, whatever it was.
Yeah, there's a bunch of that, so there's a bunch of little brackets here and there, like probably this one here.
This is? That's not necessary.
No, I don't think that one's necessary either. Like, I don't think we're using like any of these, so I was taking some of the seam sealer out of here, but Tommy's in here drilling out these. He's got the little we got the rotor broach. Where's that at? Tommy's using the rotor broach right here. So it's got a little bit on the end of it, a little pilot bit, and then some noise. So while Tommy's in here working on trying to get this bracket out, I'll probably just move in the inside. I've actually started her taking some of this out. I was just doing it hanging outside of the car, but I can't get to any of this stuff underneath here really any good. On these 350Zs compared to the Ash chassis, they've got way more seam sealer just gooped up in here. So like this is going to be double the amount of time it normally take on those S13, S14. You can see it's just nicely gooped everywhere. Following back up, looks like Tommy's got bracket number 1 out. On to bracket number 2. You can see like sometimes they're kind of a pain, and sometimes the rotor broach goes all the way through. These ones manage to do pretty well without getting them out, but sometimes it's just difficult angle to get in there with that really long bit, and then you know the back of the strut tower is right here, so it's not much room you can get in there. So if you don't get those dead on, they tend to go through. So and we'll collect a lot of this stuff. It's a good soak-in moment of what it looks like right now and what it's gonna have to look like. You know, you can get a little demotivated sometimes when you're just like, oh man, this is so much work, but in the end it all pays off. We've done quite a few cars and a lot of late nights, but in the end this thing's gonna be pretty beast. Look at these over fenders here for that Wise Fab. Make something work. A little example of what the hard work pays off to. It's Kevin's pro car here. Been working on it over the past couple days. We've been doing a few different tests on the turbo, and at one point this car, granted it doesn't have the panels on right, doesn't look like a complete car, but you know that it's a final product, and it once was just like the 350 is now. So it gives you that, you know, that hope. You know you can do it. You know it's gonna come out good. But this is you know, this is a S chassis, and we've done quite a few S chassis and over the years, and you gotta get into a rhythm when you're making them over and over again. You know what you want to do. You improve every single time for sure, but with this one we haven't done, this team specifically, me, Tommy, Brandon, haven't really put a pro Z33 together, so especially not of the current ones. I think the last one that Injuku did was a long time ago, right when the Z33 chassis came right out, and the game's changed since then. So totally different way, totally different power levels, totally different angle. It's gonna get to this level, and it's gonna get there pretty fast. So should be a whole lot of fun. So amongst the hallway of magazines, articles that we were in, this is all we have of that first 350Z. It was a convertible, and you know, Injuku Rad. I think it still had a VQ. It's Robbie Unser. Big old wing. And some specs on it right there. Yeah, as I was saying, nowhere near what the level of the car that we have to do today to be competitive in Formula Drift. Another shot of it right here. Modified mag. And that says it all right there. Teamwork! It's gonna take a lot of teamwork, but we'll get it done. Actually, I don't think me and Tommy are the only ones here. Ramon is here also. What's up, dude? What you working on?
Turbo manifold.
Ramon's here making a turbo manifold for his car. A little after-hour fun for your it's a little personal build. Ramon's got a FX16 with a 4 AGZE. He's hydrating right now. Oh, he got a How long have you been working on this so far? And this is for the 4AGZE?
The 4AGZE.
Oh man. Yeah, Ramon's going twin charge. Got the already has the 4AGZE. It's a supercharged MR2 engine. And he's going twin charge, so making his own turbo manifold here. You see that thing party.